My beloved brothers and sisters, let me begin with a question that touches the heart. Have you noticed that when Allah is about to elevate you, life often feels heavier than ever before? You feel tired, misunderstood, stretched, maybe even broken inside. And you wonder, Ya Allah, why now? But pause for a moment, because sometimes the weight you feel is not meant to crush you, it is meant to move you. There are moments in life when the heart feels unusually heavy, when even simple things seem difficult, and the soul feels stretched beyond comfort. Many people assume this weight is a sign of failure or weakness, but in reality it often signals the opposite. When Allah places pressure on a believer, it is not to break them, but to shape them. Think for a moment. When was the last time true growth happened in complete ease? Strength is never built in comfort, and elevation is never achieved without effort. The heaviness you feel is evidence that Allah is working on you, refining you, and preparing you for something greater than what you currently see. Consider how Allah allows the strongest storms to hit the tallest trees. A small plant may bend easily, but a deep-rooted tree is tested by fierce winds. That pressure forces the roots to grow deeper into the ground. In the same way, life becomes heavy. Allah is deepening your reliance on Him. You begin to turn to dua more sincerely. Your sujood lasts longer, and your heart speaks to Allah in ways it never did during ease. Ask yourself honestly, if everything was comfortable, would you people Allah the way you do now? Many people walk away from hardship too quickly, not realizing they are standing at the doorway of transformation. The mind asks, why is this happening to me? But faith teaches us to ask, what is Allah teaching me? Every test carries a lesson, and every burden carries hidden strength. Allah knows exactly how much pressure your heart can take, and He applies it with precision and mercy. If the test feels intense, it is because Allah sees capacity in you that you may not yet recognize in yourself. The weight you feel is also a signal that Allah is removing weaknesses from within you. Dependence on people, attachment to outcomes, and trust in anything other than Him. This process is uncomfortable because it forces you to let go of illusions of control. Yet once those illusions fall away, something powerful takes their place, tawakkul. And when a believer truly relies on Allah, nothing in this world can shake them. No matter how heavy life becomes, there is a powerful truth many overlook. Ease can make a person forgetful, but pressure awakens the soul. Hardship sharpens focus, strengthens discipline, and builds resilience. You begin to see life differently, prioritize differently, and value what truly matters. Allah is not burdening you without purpose. He is strengthening your spiritual muscles so you can carry the blessings that are coming. A weak foundation cannot support a heavy structure, and Allah does not give great gifts to hearts that are not ready to carry them. So when life feels heavy, do not rush to escape it. Pause and reflect. That weight may be the clearest sign that Allah is elevating you, strengthening you, and moving you toward a version of yourself that is closer to Him, stronger in faith and unshakable in patience. There are moments when Allah removes something from your life and the heart immediately feels the sting of loss. A person walks away, an opportunity disappears, a plan collapses without warning, and the mind begins to question everything. Why did this happen when I needed it most? Why now? But pause for a moment and reflect deeply. What if what left your life was never meant to stay? And what if its removal was not rejection, but protection? This shift in understanding changes everything. Allah in His infinite wisdom sees what lies ahead while you only see what is in front of you. You may be attached to something because it feels familiar, comfortable, or emotionally fulfilling. Yet Allah knows the unseen harm hidden within it. That harm may not be immediate, it may be slow, subtle, and spiritually damaging. So Allah removes it before it reaches your heart completely. When something is taken away despite your effort to hold on to it, it is often because Allah is shielding you from pain you were never meant to experience. Think about how often people beg Allah for something, only to later thank Him for not answering that dua the way they expected. At the moment of loss, clarity is absent, but with time, wisdom appears. The door that closed may have led you away from your values. The person who left may have delayed your growth. The opportunity you missed may have compromised your faith. Allah does not remove blessings, He removes distractions disguised as blessings. This is a truth that only becomes clear when the heart learns to trust Allah more than its own desires. Loss hurts because attachment runs deep. The heart clings to what it knows even when it is harmful. Yet Allah, out of mercy, does not allow His servant to remain stuck in something that will weaken them spiritually or emotionally. When Allah removes something, He is making space for peace, space for healing, and space for what aligns better with your akira. But here is the challenge. The heart must release before the hands can receive. Many remain trapped in pain because they keep looking back at what Allah has already taken away. There is also a powerful lesson in surrender. Protection does not always come in the form of comfort. Sometimes it arrives as disappointment. Allah's care for you is so deep that He intervenes even when you do not understand His intervention. If something was truly written for you, no force on earth could remove it from your life. and if it was removed, then know with certainty it was never meant to define your future. Ask yourself this: would you rather have what you desire, or what Allah knows is best for you? True faith is revealed in moments of loss, not gain. When the believer accepts Allah's decisions with patience, the heart grows stronger and more peaceful. What was taken away was not your destiny. It was an obstacle on the path to something better, something purer, and something more aligned with Allah's plan for you. One of the greatest tests of faith is waiting, especially when the heart is ready, the effort has been made, and the dua has been repeated countless times. The mind begins to whisper doubts: if Allah loves me, why hasn't it happened yet? But this is where understanding divine timing transforms frustration into trust. What feels like delay is not neglect, and what feels like silence is not absence. Allah is fully aware of every tear, every hope, and every moment of patience, even when the answer has not yet arrived. Human beings are naturally impatient. We want results now, solutions immediately, and clarity without confusion. Yet Allah operates beyond our limited sense of time. He sees the beginning, the middle, and the end all at once. You may be ready for what you are asking for, but is what you are asking for ready for you? Sometimes the delay exists not because you are unworthy, but because the circumstances, the people, or even your own heart still need preparation. If Allah were to grant everything instantly, we would miss the growth that happens in waiting. There is wisdom in the pause. Waiting builds resilience, sincerity, and humility. It strips away entitlement and replaces it with reliance. During delay, intentions are purified. Are you seeking the blessing itself or the pleasure of Allah through it? Many du'as are delayed so the believer can draw closer to Allah, not farther from Him. The longer the wait, the deeper the connection, and the more meaningful the outcome. Ask yourself, if the answer came immediately, would your heart still turn to Allah with the same intensity? Delay is also a form of protection. Receiving something too early can harm you, even if it appears good on the surface. A responsibility before maturity becomes a burden. A blessing before readiness becomes a test that breaks rather than builds. Allah knows the exact moment when something will enter your life with barakah instead of stress, peace instead of fear. What arrives late in your eyes may be arriving at the perfect moment in Allah's plan. Many people give up moments before Allah opens the door. They mistake timing for rejection and patience for punishment. Yet Allah promises that no sincere doer is ever lost. It is either answered immediately, delayed for a better time, or replaced with something far greater. The believer who understands this does not lose hope in waiting. Instead, they gain strength. Each day of patience becomes an act of worship, and every unanswered prayer becomes a conversation with Allah. Trust grows when you accept that Allah's timing is superior to your urgency. You may not see the alignment happening behind the scenes, but every delay is carefully measured. Allah is arranging hearts, removing obstacles and guiding events in ways you cannot imagine. When the moment finally arrives, you will realize that had it come earlier, you would not have been ready to receive it with gratitude, wisdom, and humility. There are moments when pain becomes so personal and so silent that no one around you can fully understand it. The smile remains on your face, daily responsibilities continue, yet inside the heart feels exhausted. It is in these moments that many assume they are distant from Allah, when in reality, they may be closer to Him than ever before. Pain has a unique way of stripping away distractions and turning the heart directly toward its Creator. When everything else feels heavy, Allah becomes the only place where the heart finds rest. The tears you cry in solitude are not signs of weakness, they are acts of sincerity. Every tear shed out of hardship, patience, or longing for relief is known to Allah. Not a single emotion goes unnoticed. When pain pushes you to whisper dua late at night, when words fail and only silence remains between you and Allah, that silence itself becomes a form of worship. Ask yourself honestly during ease, did your heart speak to Allah this deeply, this honestly, this urgently? Pain humbles the soul. It reminds you of your dependence on Allah and frees you from the illusion of self-sufficiency. In moments of comfort, a person may rely on their strength, their plans, or their connections. But hardship removes those supports one by one until only Allah remains. And in that space something powerful happens. The heart learns what true reliance means. Tawakkul is not learned in comfort, it is born in difficulty. There is also a hidden purification in pain. Sins are erased, ranks are raised, and hearts are softened through hardship. Allah does not waste the pain of a believer. Every moment of endurance carries reward, even when the believer is unaware of it. What feels like emotional exhaustion may actually be spiritual elevation. Pain reshapes priorities, clarifies purpose, and draws the believer away from distractions that once seemed important but now feel insignificant. Many people run from pain fearing it means abandonment. But pain can be an invitation to draw closer to Allah, to speak to Him without filters, and to rebuild the heart with sincerity. The believer who turns to Allah in hardship develops a connection that comfort alone could never produce. This connection becomes a source of strength long after the pain fades. When pain leads you to sujood, when hardship softens your heart instead of hardening it, and when struggle deepens your faith instead of weakening it, then understand this clearly: Allah is not pushing you away, He is pulling you closer. The closeness formed in hardship becomes a lifelong anchor, one that steadies the heart in future storms and reminds the soul that no matter how heavy life becomes, Allah remains nearer than anything else.